Hello Kitty is a thing that I don't really know anything about. I mean, of course I've seen the merchandise for Hello Kitty everywhere, but I don't really know all the lore, and I'm sure not knowing the lore to this deep and in-depth series is really going to hinder me in reviewing this game. I mean, the Hello Kitty expanded universe is deeper than the Star Wars one, for fuck's sake. Well, I better do a little bit of research about Hello Kitty, so let's just go on YouTube and see what the first thing that comes up is. Avril Lavigne, Hello Kitty. Okay, let's check that out. What the fuck is this? This is the cringiest thing I've ever seen in my life. I wonder how this fits into the Hello Kitty lore. Maybe this is one of Hello Kitty's high-ranking generals that paralyzes people's brains with a terrible, mind-numbing music. Anyway, let's check out another one. There's one here by someone called Zik Walade. This guy is obviously the court wizard of Hello Kitty's empire. Okay, I think I've got a handle on this lore now. So, let's review this piece of shit. Hello Kitty Roller Rescue starts off with our Lord and Saviour, Hello Kitty Senpai, chasing after a very angry looking penguin.
Run, Dad! Run, you fat, sweaty bastard!
I'm fucking running, Pepper.
Run, you big pie-eating bastard!
Then aliens randomly decide to try and invade the People's Republic of Hello Kitty for some reason. And, what kind of aliens are these? They kind of just look like Kitty's playing blocks with robot arms and legs connected. Not exactly the most inspired enemy design I've ever seen, but I do honestly want to know why the hell they're even bothering to invade the Earth in the first place. Are they just here to kill people for fun? Do we have resources they want or something? I know that this is a child's game, but even Disney give their villains some black and white motivation, so I don't think it's too much to ask. Maybe the manual will explain it to me. Let's see what it says. King Block dreamt of conquering the universe. But alas, he always ended up failing and was made fun of by the others in his galaxy. So yeah, he's just killing for glory, I guess. Not much of a motivation, but it worked for Napoleon, I guess. So the aliens invade and start murdering all the citizens of Hello Kitty Town, or whatever the fuck it's called. What was hell? Hello Kitty, seeing the destruction of her people, gets ready to spring into, or not, or she just teleports away to what I can only assume is their security, frog's room? Wait, how the fuck does Hello Kitty have access to teleportation? Maybe I'm misjudging the Hello Kitty people, they're clearly scientific geniuses. Security Frog then equips Hello Kitty for the upcoming battle.
Ich nehm mein Schicksal in die Hand, mein Verlangen ist bemannt.
So, yeah, not exactly the most metal weapons I've ever seen. How much more awesome would this game have been if Hello Kitty just got geared up like fucking Rambo or something and just went around blowing up these aliens with grenades? Now that's a Hello Kitty game I would want to play. Fuck knows why her war gear consists of a pink outfit, roller skates and a wand. I honestly don't get why they put her on roller skates at all. Maybe it's because there was a trend of extreme sports games at the time and they thought, you know what would rad up this Hello Kitty game? Fucking roller skates. They're awesome and tubular. Maybe they just chucked the roller skates into the mix to explain why the control of Hello Kitty feels like you're constantly on fucking ice. When people said the controls sucked, the developers just went, well, she's on roller skates, and roller skates are actually quite hard to control in real life. We're trying to be really realistic with this game. Actually, while I'm thinking about it, why didn't they just turn this into a Hello Kitty extreme sports game? That would have been pretty interesting. I mean, I don't know if it would have been any better than this turn of a game, but who knows? There's probably an alternate reality where they instead made Hello Kitty's pro roller skater. But anyway, after putting on her roller skates that will make getting around even harder, Hello Kitty goes all fucking Matrix on the aliens. Damn, I take it all back, Hello Kitty is a fucking badass. And after that amazing blockbuster intro, we finally get into the game, and you start off in Hello Kitty's house, and as you go through the game, you save different family members, and they'll appear at this house and do different stuff for you. You have a wardrobe where you can change Hello Kitty's outfits and weapons. I mean, it doesn't really affect the gameplay at all, but it's nice, I guess. And in this wardrobe, I found Hello Kitty's true battle outfit. Oh girl, I can pick my outfits? That's fabulous. I'm gonna pick the denim, because I'm a manly man who plays Hello Kitty games. can also buy songs from Granny using the money you get from the levels, and you can also buy biographies from what I can only assume is Hello Kitty's sister. And these just literally tell you a tiny bit of information about all the characters. This sounds a little bit lame in theory, but I actually got a lot of valuable information from this section. For example, did you know that Hello Kitty is from London? I would have thought Japan, but for some reason they wanted her to be from London? Does that mean this place in this game is London?
Is this game set in some sort of post-apocalypse London? I mean, they have post office signs that are very similar to the ones we have here in England. Was I the one destined to find this out? Or have there been others that have been silenced by the government? Maybe it's the chemicals they're putting in the water that turn the friggin' frogs gay!
That turn the friggin' frogs gay! Do you understand that? Turn the friggin' frogs gay! Crap!
Now let's get into the main meat of the gameplay. Hello Kitty Roller Rescue is a 3D platformer where you're just running around these little lots collecting shit and fighting enemies. You have coins to collect that are literally only used to buy songs and new bios for the characters, and that's about it. You can also use them to buy this cake from this cake dispenser, but you won't be needing them that much. This game isn't exactly Dark Souls. I honestly didn't really feel all that compelled to collect anything in this game really, which is a bit of a problem in a collectathon platformer. You can also collect these stars that drop when you kill enemies, and these fill up this meter over here, which is your special meter. Once this is filled up, you can use Hello Kitty's special moves that basically kill everything on the screen, but the enemies in this game don't exactly cause that much trouble, so you won't be using these all that often. You have one attack at your disposal that you'll be spamming over and over again throughout the course of the game. The combat isn't exactly the most in-depth thing ever. You can string attacks together to do a little combo, and you can combine the attack with a jump button to do a few different moves, but that's about it. It almost makes Dynasty Warriors' combat system look really complex. Okay, I wouldn't go that far, that's a bit too far. Combat in this game just feels so fucking janky at times, and it doesn't even feel like you're hitting the enemies. It's hard to make hitting stuff in a game boring, but they've somehow managed it. I just wish it felt a little bit more meaty, like something like Spyro the Dragon, where killing enemies is awesome. There's a dodge, but let's get real here, you know you're never going to use that dodge button. The only other gameplay element to go over is the jumping. Hello Kitty has a single jump and a double jump to use to platform around these weirdly designed levels. And let's talk about the platforming in this game for a second, because it's absolutely fucking awful. Sure, they've made it so there's basically no consequences for fucking up the platforming, but that's probably because the jumping is just so janky to control. If there was actually any challenge to the platforming, you would be smashing a controller in fucking seconds. It just feels like you're never gonna land safely on a platform. It doesn't feel precise enough. Sometimes knowing what you can and cannot jump on can be a bit of a problem, and the fact that you have this weird jerky camera definitely doesn't help things, as you'll be trying to look for where you've got to go next, and the camera will get stuck on something or not turn exactly how you want it to. And this lack of precision also applies to just the general movement control of Hello Kitty. It just doesn't feel right, especially when you're trying to land your jumps. Nothing about this game is satisfying. Pretty much all of the levels boil down to find your way to the end, but as you work your way through the levels, you'll have to find and save Hello Kitty's friends that have been taken as prisoners of war. I hope these aliens aren't treating them like the Vietnamese treated the American POWs, or these animals aren't in for a nice time. If you get one of Hello Kitty's family members, they'll go back to the house and fulfill a job, and some people you save will become available as companions, and they basically just run around and hit things from time to time. You can level them up by collecting whatever that companion's special item is, but I've not really noticed much difference when they're leveled up. It's not exactly the deepest system ever, but at least it's better than Bethesda's companions. Ooh, burn! Sometimes there'll be locked doors that you'll have to find a key for in the level, and these are usually collected by killing a certain enemy, so they're not exactly brain teasers. And that's pretty much what you do throughout the whole game. There isn't exactly that much variety. And this game is fucking short with only 16 levels, which I beat without much effort in 3 hours or so I might as well go through the whole epic that is Hello Kitty Roller Rescue. You start on these Hello Kitty village levels with the penguin dude, and he's kind of a bit of a dickhead, and I like that about him. This village looking level really reminds me of Super Mario Sunshine for whatever reason, and the first level is a pretty straightforward level where you just have to save Hello Kitty's mum. On the second level they mix up the gameplay a little bit, and you have to stop these generic as fuck enemies from destroying all the buildings within a certain time limit, and along the way you pick up your first AI controlled companion, the security frog dude. Why the fuck does Hello Kitty say over copy to this guy? He's standing right there, he's not on the radio. After this we get the game's first boss fight, a fight with a motherfucking tank that shoots lasers. I've got to admit, that's kind of awesome. I really didn't expect to be fighting a fucking tank in a Hello Kitty game. I mean, it looks like a tank that's made of Lego, but I'll take what I can get. The fight itself isn't exactly the most complicated thing ever. You've just got to dodge his laser blasts and throw his bombs back at him. The next batch of levels have an amusement park setting, and to be honest with you, they don't really take full advantage of this setting. They just give you more of the same old shit in this level. You're just going around flipping switches, and you have to save Hello Kitty's sister from the evil clutches of a spinning cup ride. Look, I know this is a kid's game, but a fucking spinning cup ride? Really? That's not going to keep anyone stuck on it. Have you ever been on one of those things? They go slow as fuck. If they put her on a waltzer, I would have understood her not being able to get off those fuckers. They spin fast. You then have to save a, bear thing with chocolate on his head?
It's a fucking golden retriever with chocolate on its head, you fucking idiot.
I don't see it, but okay. You have to save this golden retriever from the Ferris wheel, which makes a lot of sense. Getting off a Ferris wheel would be quite difficult. But man, is there some weird enemies on this level. These weird periscope things that go into the ground kind of creep me out, and they shoot these really annoying torpedoes that can be annoying to see with the janky camera. And also, what the fuck is this enemy? It's just one of the normal enemies with a bunch of fucking plates on its head that it throws at you. This is a race of aliens that have mastered the art of space travel, yet the only soldiers they can send into the field are these twats with a bunch of plates on their head. After this level, we finally have access to the character profiles. Hell yeah, let's check this out.
Oh yeah, let's look at these profiles. Wait, there's two different frogs?
Why the fuck does Hello Kitty say over copy to this guy? He's standing right there, he's not on the radio.
Your career is over.
In the next level, you have this sort of mini-boss chef box alien thing to fight. Maybe that's why the enemies have the plates on their heads, because they're disguised waiters. That still makes no fucking sense. After you save this Shin-chan looking motherfucker, you have to clean up this weird gloop that's on the floor everywhere. Another thing that's similar to Super Mario Sunshine. Maybe the people who made this game were big fans of that game. I mean, there's even an amusement park level in Super Mario Sunshine. I mean, I guess it's mixing up the level mechanics. This level also introduces these annoying spring enemies that you have to use to get to higher bits of the level, and these fuckers are annoying to get exactly where you need them to be. It becomes an annoying waiting game very quickly. Look how long it took me to get this fucker where I needed it. And then we get the second boss.
Oh my god, Hello Kitty, look out, girl! No, look the other way, Kitty! Oh, thank God she dodged it. Holy fucking shit, that thing is terrifying.
So yeah, you're fighting that creepy blue fuck on his magical death train that's got 50 million cannons strapped to it. He may look creepy, but all you've got to do is shoot him a few times so the cannons spread around the level and he'll be dead.
Wait, does that dog have an afro? It does have an afro. That's a bit weird.
The next magical land we visit is a supermarket. Wow, such adventure. I just imagine at this point they were like, well, we've ripped off all we can from Super Mario Sunshine, now what do we do? Let's set the next set of levels in a supermarket. Dale Winton would be proud. And in this level you're saving a monkey who our friend Security Frog...
Yeah, Security Frog, I'm sorry I racistly thought that you and your friend were the same person. Please forgive me.
Anyway, our boy Security Frog is very concerned about the monkey because he was buying cheap bananas. Is that some sort of euphemism? It's gotta be, because why would you be worried about someone buying cheap bananas?
Man, I really fancy a banana. Cheap bananas, what could go wrong? I'm sure nothing could go wrong with this cheap banana. I mean, it's just a banana, what's it gonna do? Let's just eat it, it's really nice.
Okay, I get why Security Frog was so concerned about cheap bananas. They are very dangerous. But yeah, that's pretty much all that happens on this level. You save the monkey guy, who's, according to his bio, apparently a banana-eating champion. Oh, I bet he was, the dirty slut. No wonder he's got a bit of a lisp. And then we come to this level where you've got one small room with 6 switches that you need to activate to beat this level, and this really just highlights all the weaknesses of this game. The platforming you have to do on this level is just unbearable. Thank God it's a short level. And then we fight the third boss in this game. Oh my god, it's Cool Spot! How you doing, buddy? How did you end up in this game wearing a bear onesie? You must have fallen on some pretty rough times to settle yourself like this. And this is actually the hardest boss fight in the game. It was the only boss fight that I actually got dangerously close to dying on, but it was still pretty easy. All you've got to do is hit his missiles back at him until poor old meffed up Cool Spot is defeated. I wonder where all these bad guys are escaping to, because, I mean, they don't reappear or anything.
Better put my tinfoil hat back on. They're probably hiding out in Argentina with Hitler and the interdimensional child molesters, and they're all in league with Satan!
Just when you thought this game couldn't get any more original, it just throws this complete curveball of a setting. The next level is in a car park. Yes, that's right, a fucking car park. Why didn't they just, rip some more ideas off from Super Mario Sunshine? Why not just put it on a beach or something? Jesus Christ, that fucking car park? That just screams adventure, doesn't it? And for some reason this car park is infested with ninjas, because of course, as you know, all ninjas are most commonly always found in car parks. Only idiots don't know that. And these fucking ninjas are actually probably the only slightly challenging enemy in this fucking game. They jump up and throw throwing stars at you, which is really annoying to deal with because of this game's controls. And later on in this level we meet a sentient miniature car that talks. I get it now. They were like, we have this Hello Kitty character that's a car. And another person said, that's perfect, we've run out of ideas, let's just theme a whole level on a car park. Whoever thought of this is a fucking genius. But this talking car does really fit with my narrative that this game is set in a post-apocalypse. Clearly the civilization before the fall got to a point where they had sentient machines that decided humans were basically a cancer upon the earth. So they decided to nuke us all, and many years later, the mutated life forms you see in this happy land of Hello Kitty were born. Yeah, that's clearly it. But yeah, this little Tomy car reject will follow you around this level and smash up walls for you. Damn, son, what the fuck is that car made of? The next level is a athletics field with water. Okay then, so they've just randomly given up on having levels in a row with the same theme. Man, that sucks. I saw so much potential in the car park theme. And this level is one of the more annoying levels, as you'll actually have to do some platforming, which, as I've said, is not the best in this game. But you do get to do this. There's also these 2 kids that can make Kitty fly, and I'm not even going to question why. It's probably because they got powers from the nuclear radiation. And after some of the worst and most unenjoyable platforming I've ever experienced, we save Hello Kitty's grandma. Hooray! Wait, why does she have shit on her head?
Grandma, have you ever thought about maybe wiping that shit off your head? Oh wait, this is just some pudding I'm saving for later. Obviously. It's not shit, I swear.
The little psychic fucks flies around, and then we get a cutscene where it looks like it might be it for our hero.
Oh no, run, Hello Kitty. Ah, penguin saved her, great.
Then the alien ship that's seemingly made of Rubik's Cubes takes off and hits Kitty with a laser that did absolutely nothing. What was the point of that? We then get another boss battle in a baseball stadium. Seriously, there's no consistency to the set of levels. And this boss battle is again easy enough. You've just got to bounce baseballs off this electric wall so they hit the boss. Do this a few times and it's over. And then we come to the final few levels of this game. Yep, this game is really short. This next level has a kind of jungle theme, I guess, and it makes you do everyone's favourite forced game mechanic. That's right, stealth. Move aside, Sam Fisher. Move aside, Solid Snake. You're both done. Here comes Hello Kitty to show you how it's done. You've got to avoid these searchlights, but luckily it doesn't make you go back to the beginning of the level every time you get caught. It just makes you fight more enemies. So that, of course, means I just purposely got caught every time to get this level over with. I ain't doing that stealth shit. And along the way, Hello Kitty enlists the help of the penguin's pet fucking crocodile. How does that even work? But you know what? This game is kind of making me love that penguin character. He's a total badass, rolling around being a grumpy cunt with his pet crocodile. Gotta admit, that's pretty badass. We then go into Stella. And in this first space level, literally nothing of note happens, apart from us again meeting the bad boy himself, Baditz Maru. Yep, I like this dude so much that I actually bothered to remember his name. And he was captured. I love his monologue with him trying to think of a lie so Kitty won't know he was captured. And it's nice how Kitty lets him keep his manly pride by pretending he was just clearly here on an infiltration mission. And I like her monologue about making him feel like he's helping by sending him somewhere with no enemies. Okay, I take it back about Baditz Maru being cool. He's more like the Ralph Wiggum of this universe.
Hi, Lisa. Hi, Super Nintendo Chalmers. Meow. I'm landing.
And the last 2 levels of this game are just 2 boss fights. In the first boss fight, you've just got to chuck bombs into the magnetic field of this boss while avoiding his laser blasts. Hit him a couple of times and he's dead. And after this, we get a little cutscene where the final boss escapes the ship and forms a giant fucking mech. Because of course he does. This is a Japanese franchise after all, but I've got to admit, this is pretty awesome. But this final battle is anything but awesome. It's probably one of the most anticlimactic boss battles in video game history. Basically, instead of just having a showdown with this giant mech, you've just got to stall him as long as possible by throwing bombs at him and shooting cannons at him. And it's honestly the easiest final boss I've ever played, as there's really not that much stopping you from just hitting him over and over again. But why are you stalling him, I hear you ask? Well, that's because Hello Kitty's gang have a high-powered laser death cannon. For whatever reason. Ignore these cute critters' appearances, they're clearly all monsters. This stalling for a cannon to charge up kind of reminds me of something.
Charging my attack.
Once you've stalled the mech for long enough, the cute critters finally have their special beam cannon charged up, and they mercilessly murder the enemy with the coldness of a serial killer. And that's it. The credits roll, and I've beat Hello Kitty Roller Rescue. Thank the fucking lord that this game is over with. If it was any longer than the 3 hours or so it took me to beat this game, I don't know if I would have been able to do it. I might actually be one of the first people in the world to ever actually make it through this steaming pile of fuck. This isn't the worst game I've ever played, it's just very, very bland, and if I wasn't playing this for a video, I would have just turned it off after the first level. But at least now I get the whole Hello Kitty phenomenon. The lore is so deep. Where's the Hello Kitty open world first person shooter RPG where you take Hello Kitty outside the walls of their lovely bunker and you see the horrible Fallout like world that's outside of their walls? Who wouldn't want to see Hello Kitty running around battering zombie kitties with a crowbar? Because I know I sure as fuck would be the first one to play that game.
So in conclusion, best game ever. 10 out of 10, best game. Loved it. I'm fucking done. I feel great in this. Yeah. Bitch got a brew pool. Got a fucking beer.